Welcome guys to the new tutorial. This one is a Photoshop tutorial where we are gonna discover the Photoshop tool option bar. Most of you guys, I know that you don't care about the tool option bar because most of the time you don't care about a lot of tool options there because in Photoshop there are a lot of options. Besides brushes, you are discovering and know more about brushes than any other tools. So in this tutorial, I'm not gonna touch the brush, but yeah, I'm gonna demonstrate one option which is required to show you with the brush. But I know there are a lot of tool option bar which I'm not gonna show you because I have chosen the 5 best. So stick with the video and I hope you'll learn something. So the first one is the color picker tool, and in the tool option bar you will find a lot of options which I was also not care about before because I have made a shortcut, or there's a default shortcut with the in the Photoshop. If you press the B and press the Alt, you can pick up any color you want and just paint. That this is how I was working, right? So I have no time to go through going through the every tool and discovering every tool options. But when I'm painting, this is actually little bit old painting which I did for Blizzard. So I mostly paint like this so I can see the values correctly. So this is the most focal area and this is little bit less, but it is whiter. This is also white, but this is much more contrast area. So right now if I want to paint something just like this, so right now my option is connect layer. Okay. So in default it will be in all layers. So if I just want to give more lights to this area, right, so you can see it's picking up that hue saturation also. But what you can do is select the color picker tool, go to this tool option bar and select all layers and no adjustment. So I'm gonna select the brush tool, select all, select, and again selecting the more lighter version. So now you can see it's picking up the color. So let's not go like too much of the lighter version, but you got the point, right? So now you can paint the lighter version, lighter values or the darker values with your adjustment layers also. It is really helpful after I discovered that. So the next one is a transform wrap. So we all know that how transform tools are work, right? You have scale, rotate, skew, distort, perspective, distort, wrap. So the magic is here in this wrap one. You can wrap. This is the basic thing that, I know that who never used Photoshop, you know what wrap can do, right? So in this painting, I would like to give some spikes in here. Okay, so I created this one spike and I copied it and created this. So if I want to give spikes on this, so I have to paint each spike on a layer, or I can paint one and copy it, rotate it. I can do that. Or what I can do is just go to transform, wrap, and here you can see arc. So this is like really helpful if you sometimes in my 3D work I do texture on buildings or uh, anything like it requires a rotated texture or something. You don't have to make like rotate you don't have to make a texture one and rotate and copy it. Like you can use this wrap tool, right? this is this is like really helpful tool option which I think probably most of the people are never used. So I can just do that and copy it here. I will be done. So the next tool option bar I want to show you is the auto select in the selection tool of the Photoshop. So I've already selected this auto select, but I know that most probably you know, most of the people know that what auto select does. It is already telling you that it's an auto select, right? But it is really helpful if you have multiple layers in one PSD. So if I want to select this pen, I have such a messy layer. This is a so much older file than I can remember. I worked it, I think 2011 or something. Did this one for a competition, and this particular image was called books. Books are the brain constructor. So such a messy layer, so many layers that I can like go through. I don't have like particular groups or anything. So in the auto select, if you just auto select it, you have option to select group or layer. If you have grouped all of your particular layers like your adjustment layers, your backgrounds, this book, this pen, and this HUD, you can select it by group. But I don't have any groups, so I'm gonna select a particular layer. So if I want to select this particular pen, which I have only one layer, I can select it, and pardon me, it's recording and it's getting slow, I think. So I can select that, right? So if I want to select this HUD, I just have to tap it. Just tap it, and here you are. You can select the whole thing. So I want this brain, I want this background. They're all in separate layers. Thank God that I have did that. So now I can edit that. If I want this pen to be like a little bit this side, I can do that. So it's really helpful. Okay. So the next tool what I'm gonna show is a composition tool, which I have so like maybe I discovered it 4 or 5 months ago. So it was made before I discovered any composition tools in Photoshop, because I was too lazy. So I was not using any kind of composition tools to compose, but I have a good eye where to give contrast or anything. So not making myself too much. So in the crop tool option, you you'll notice this spiral one, right? This is a golden ratio or golden spiral, whatever you can say, whatever you know. So, so it's also called, I think, in golden rectangle or something. You just divide it and it's gonna come up like divided. So this is really helpful. Like I know that my image is not following exactly the composition, but yeah, it is not in the my main focus is not in the so much like middle right in here. It is in the side, and it is going through, and this thing is like coming, the axis coming to an angle, so it's almost following that. So where you can find it is in this tool option bar. You have the rule of thirds. I think this is the basic one. Whenever you launch the crop tool, this will appear. So most of the guys um, don't care about it. Photographers who knows about this, uh, they really use that to their advantage. I actually used this one a little bit. You can see the focus areas. So you have a lot more options. Then I can show you, like you have grades, this diagonal thing. This is, I think this looks really cool. I am this triangle. Wow, definitely use that next time. Golden ratio. Oh, this is the golden ratio. I was completed with another golden ratio, I think. uh, that's the golden spiral which I was showing you. The golden spiral. This is a really good uh, composition tool which you can use. So I'm sure you're gonna use that for your next painting or any kind of photography. So the next tool which I'm gonna show you is a clone tool. Okay, I know most of the most of you guys who have like basic understanding, like 1 or 2% of the Photoshop experience, they know what the clone tool is, because clone tool is the most powerful thing or powerful tool in the Photoshop arsenal, I think. So and this is the crappy photograph that I have took, but I really liked this two cute couples of swan. It's really different from the other swans. You can see that they look like so much regular swans, but they have something. They're like so much different, and came out of like fairy tale or something. And yeah, this white one, you can see, he's he, she I think she tried to bait me. Like I was like running for my life. So it's a good memory, I think. So what I want, so the main point is, I just want to put some grass in this this little land area. So what mostly people are doing is they're making a lot of adjustment layers, and on top of it they're doing their little adjustments, right? What if the final product that I am making, I don't like the colors? Right here you can see. So if I just want to change the saturation a little bit, okay, and the lightness a little bit, or anything, like I like to change anything. So you can see the top layer is not matching with the final adjustment that I had made, right? So you can arguably tell me that you can adjust it here, but you cannot because you have made lot of adjustment layers top of it, and if you are gonna do that, you're, you're getting different and too much scary results that you don't want. So here's the little teeny tiny icon here. What it does is it does not sample the adjustment layers at all. So if I just want to sample this and just do a little bit of put a little bit of grass in here, and just in my taste. Okay. And later if I want to little bit adjust it, the darkness or lightness, it's not gonna affect, right? And so it is really a handy way to work, and you can later adjust, because if you are working on a file so long, you can see the flaws, or I think the best way to make a final file is to take a break and come back and final the file. That's what I do. So and that's it, but I like to show you some extra options, and you can say it like bonus features. I think most of you guys know that what all layers, current layer and current layer and below works, that it samples only the current layer, it samples the current layer and the below layer, and it samples the all layers. So it's pretty explanatory. So I'd like to show you the clone source option. So what you can do, I think I know most of you guys are not gonna use it, but I like to show you anyway. So this is, I mostly use this rotated ones. So if you give you can see the preview is there, right? You can rotate. This is the clone option. Clone tool is going to clone, but in a rotated position. So I like to give 90-degree rotation. So if I clone that, those two, and just put it here, you can see they're coming up 90-degree angle. So probably you can use it. But it is really helpful to know that. Most of the time I use it for tie level textures for my 3D work, so you can get some variations by adding little rotation scale in your cloning. It is really helpful, not for I don't use for painting or photography. So thank you guys for sticking. It is really long videos. I'm not that much a professional making videos, but thank you for listening, and